What's up, Event Cheat Codes family? What's going on, YouTube family? What's going on, Millennium Academy family? We're here with another episode to give you guys some game. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 skill sets I learned I had to become and I had to master to become a 6-figure earner behind selling events and behind being an event curator. Let's get right into it. Man, I would have to say being a visionary. Being a visionary is one of the beginning skill sets that I had to get comfortable with. And let's just face it, like, you gotta be some type of a badass, some type of crazy man to bet on yourself as an entrepreneur and then go against the grain, come up with a theme, go to a venue with no money, think of a concept and get people to follow you and get people to trust you. Being a visionary to me is just all about confidence. It's all about believing into this person that I know that I am and knowing that I'm going to be relatable to other people because I'm being genuine, because I'm being myself, and because I know a bunch of people might be afraid to speak up and be themselves, but they might still dance and love the same music that I like in the shower, or they might still do funny, weird moments and act crazy behind the camera or when the lights are off or when they're watching their funny movies. So I want to fuse all of the things that I feel, the things that I know and love about the culture, the things that I've learned about music and parties, and I fuse all of them into an emotion, a feeling. I fuse all of those into me knowing if I just bet on what I know the culture needs, because I know I needed it, which is basically a safe space. If I just bet on themes that the people would gravitate to, if I bet on moments and making memories that people will fuck with it forever. So from concepts like being from Chicago and developing Chicago versus everybody, man, seeing me and my partners come up with a concept like that and seeing it last for 3 summers was crazy, right? Seeing us sell out events, bring some of the best DJs from Chicago to LA and LA to Chicago, and seeing us bring culture to LA was crazy. From events like LA Block Party come to life, which is one of my notable events. Seeing concepts like the biggest one, and I'll go on record for being one of the biggest urban silent disco companies in America. That, guys, taking the leap of faith and doing silent parties in 2015, and today is February the 19th, 2024. So almost being ahead of 2025. Damn, time flies. That's what I mean about being a visionary. It's just being comfortable in your own skin, knowing that it's gonna work, right? It has to work, or it has to work. And knowing that I'm building my dreams lesson by lesson. I'm building my dreams person by person, interaction by interaction. And knowing that parties was my thing, it still is my thing. Parties means community to me. And being a visionary means I couldn't only do it for myself. I had to bet on myself to do it for everybody else, right? So now we're 2,500 plus events in, and now we have a brand name that came from my couch. We have a brand name that came from me working out of Starbucks. We have a brand name that came from me sleeping in the back of my friend's car for 2 summers. We have a brand name that comes from me buying buddy passes to get on Southwest flights to do parties in St. Louis, to do parties in Delaware, to do parties in Connecticut. Before we built this brand that has done $3 million in sales, I sat down on my couch and saw it all. And it's because I wanted community. So that's one of the number one skill sets that I had to develop, is just seeing things before they happen and not being afraid to take a lesson, not being afraid to fail fast. The next thing was, which is obvious, you know, the next step is super obvious to me, but it might not be obvious to everybody else, is team building. And I say step, I mean, like, this is a skill set that I had to learn, understand, and master. And I learned this early on from other mentors. And other mentors, they taught me that you're only as good as the people around you. You're only as good as the team that can eat with you. You know, you gotta have other people that are stronger at other elements of life along with you. And the only reason why you have to do that is if you're a leader, you have to recognize that you can't do 100% of the work. In fact, you can't do 80% of it. Being a leader allowed me to build a team, and it allowed me to focus on my core abilities of marketing and sales. But being a leader, it allowed other people that already like me, it allowed them to trust me. So as a party promoter, as an event curator, you have to already become the person that people trust. You have to become the person that people are already yearning to be for you to have some type of leverage. And then once you have that leverage, don't take advantage of that leverage, right? Share the wealth of information, align their goals with your company's goals, right? Pay people well, like make sure that they know that they have skin in the game just like you have skin in the game, and incentivize people. And all of that came from team building, which led from, again, me hosting parties from my couch, me graduating, getting a degree, getting a really good sales job in DC, quitting that job, turning in my dream car. It was a CLK 500, a Mercedes CLK 500 in the early 2000s. I had to sell it because I couldn't afford it anymore to go after my dreams as a visionary. And then a year and a half later, I got my first assistant. And then the assistant found a project manager. And the goal of the project manager was to find other event promoters that we titled account reps or sales reps. And then I said, hey, team, if we could do parties in my hometown in Chicago and we could do parties in LA, I bet you the fuck we could do parties in 4 to 5 other cities. So then our goal was just to get branded outside of being an event promoter and until a brand so that people could know, like, and trust us. Our goal was to build as a community. And I had other people around my team telling me and giving me feedback about it so that we can grow at a faster pace. How you do anything is how you do everything. And I always set the stage with my team of like excellence, showing up early, treating the venues correctly, getting referred to other venues because my team knew our standard of excellence. And one of our standards of excellence while we were building our team and still building the team is hosting events in a safe space, having a safe space, because we know the competition is there. We know other people are hosting events. We know that we could or could not stand out. But the thing that we did the best is that if you Google our name right now, you Google Millennium Age, it has always stood out as a fun, safe, trusted brand that you can go have a good ass time. So that's what I would advise you, new event producers or established event producers who are looking to take it to the next level. You know, if you're looking to sell millions of tickets, build your team and make sure everybody has skin in the game. Make sure everybody understands the vision, right? And make sure it aligns with their goals so that they could stay around and you could support their goals as well. Man, I tell a lot of people this, but they don't believe me. Networking sounds cliche only if you don't have a plan. Networking also ties into the collaboration piece that took us to another level. So again, back in 2015, we understood the power of team building. We understood the power that if it's one community that loves and likes our events, there's probably other communities that loves and likes our events. And we knew until we got the bandwidth to become a national event production company. And some people don't want to, but just to know what's possible, while you're networking, you gotta have a purpose. And my purpose back 10 years ago, and still today, is to find like-minded individuals that we could trade time, we could trade energy, we could trade resources, and it's not a tit for tat thing, right? It's a long-term mindset relationship. So we go into networking events, we go to other parties with the goal of meeting 1 or 2 people that we could positively influence, meeting 1 or 2 people that we could build with and focus on having continued conversations with weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, finding 1 or 2 people that inspire us. If you break down that goal and if you listen to yourself and you trust yourself to do things like that while you're going out to party, while you're going to mixers, while you're kicking it, it'll make life easier when you're looking to grow. So I would definitely say that that's a huge skill set that I had to learn and I had to master is networking with the mindset of collaboration. The number one weakness we had in our business based on our goal was bandwidth, right? Was bandwidth. We wanted to become a national event production company. We were thinking big, not small. So we were looking for people that had national relationships. I mean, like, I'm in Houston, Texas now. If I meet you at this bar, at this club, and you host events as well, do you know venues in Austin? Do you know venues in Dallas? Okay. Do you know venues out in San Antonio? And can you take me also to the neighboring state? Okay. So we were looking for other like-minded event curators that also thought the same way we were thinking, and that were able to move and execute the same way, not just only local event producers who were looking to, who are already on the scene, who are already looking to do things differently. So that's something that I would say that was a turning point for our company. It was networking with the purpose and telling people that we're not only looking to collaborate, we're looking to spread our wings, and we're looking to scale. And that word scale took us to 40 different cities. This is a huge skill. Man, sales and negotiating. So I have a business background in sales and a business degree in management and marketing. And the sales psychology of people, it has to be tapping into their emotions, not their logic, you know? And I realized early on that humans are logical, but when we're making a decision, 9 times out of 10, it's buying from people. 9 times out of 10, it's relationships. 9 times out of 10, it's the people we like, okay? Yes, you have to add value, okay? Yes, you have to have something that people like. Yes, you can't waste people's time. But once you have all of that together, you still have to have the missing piece, and it's the likability factor. It's the negotiating factor to separate yourself from everybody else. And that's exactly what we did. We had to learn to start conversations fast with the likability factor, with the differentiating reason why we are different from everybody else. This is what sets us apart from every other event promoter. This is why we're going to change your event programming. This is why other venues love and appreciate our event concepts. So we were having conversations like that with the venue owner versus having conversations like, hey, I think I want to book your venue. How much do things cost? We were having with or without you conversations. I repeat, is with or without you conversations to venue owners. And it's really like a sales psychology of negotiating. It's like, hey, we're already on a tour for March, April, and May. We're filling up our calendars. We will be in your city on the 3rd or 4th weekend of March. How can we bring our concept that is selling more tickets, that's bringing more people and increasing revenue to all of our bars and all of our lounges? How can we bring our concept to your venue? How can we make that happen? How can we form a partnership at your venue, right? And it's having that with or without you conversation, letting them know we're setting the tone. We're not asking, we're telling them, hey, look, would this work for you? We're only gonna do it this day or this day. So the questions and the way we were presenting ourselves was much different. And it gave us a leg up with our sales and our negotiation. And I would definitely say, read as many sales books as you can, but understanding sales psychology and understanding that people don't want to be left out. People respect when you're busy. People respect when you have adequate results to talk about. People respect when you even name drop. As cocky as it might sound, people respect when you even name drop other successful things that you've done in the space. So learning sales, learning psychology, learning how to position ourselves in conversation, learning how to immediately talk about value, this set myself apart and set our brand apart and allowed us to grow rapidly. It allowed us to have, from starting the business in 2015 without a name, without a trademark, without anything, just a DBA, to going public in 2017, to having our biggest year, $1 million year in 2019, just because we understood that we could do the same party in one city in the same night in 5 to 7 other cities, okay? So guys, sales and negotiation are something we're gonna talk about heavily in the event cheat codes inside of our mentorship, inside of our community, and inside of our course. But those are some of the things that really set us apart, and I'm still really excited about today. Marketing always is a skill set that you're gonna utilize for any service or any product. It's always gonna be marketing. I mean, look, you could have the best solution to anything, but you need to know how to market yourselves. Having skill sets and being knowledgeable about my strengths was always a key thing for me. But mastering marketing is always something that resonated with me. It's always something that stuck with me. And it's always something that I've been eager to keep perfecting, right? Marketing for me really is about exposure. And I know that with marketing, you're not just going to market yourself to the mass amount of people. Marketing is about like finding your audience and figuring out how to talk to them and crafting the right messages. And when they find you, it's almost like a beautiful match. So marketing meant for me the right type of content, the right type of branding. Marketing also meant learning how to do paid ads, right? Learning something that was going to 10x our time and our energy and our resources. Something that was going to allow us to get in front of more people. Marketing is one of those skill sets that's irreplaceable. Marketing is one of those skill sets that once you get it right, you're almost going to have to trip on yourself to like do it wrong. You're going to be addicted to marketing once you get into your marketing bag, because you're going to find it fun. You're going to find it that, hey, the people that I didn't know before I did this ad, they're now engaged to my event and to my service. Now they're telling their friends. Now I can market to their friends via retargeting, via lookalike ads. Now I have a new audience to nurture without doing paid ads. So it's so many different levels to marketing. And again, guys, if it's any tip that I would tell you to learn, like, and love marketing, because it's going to take you long and it's going to take you far. So guys, those were my personal top 5 reasons why. So guys, those were my personal top 5 skill sets that I learned over the last 10 years that has made me a 6-figure plus earner in the event curation space. And guys, take my tips, take my lessons, take my losses, take all of my advice and apply it to your events. And I am most confident that I'll see you on another side of your next sold out event. And most importantly, if you guys connect with content like this, if you guys smiled a little bit or laughed a little bit, or if you said in your mind, damn, that was me, smash the subscribe button, and we'll keep giving our community dope moments like this, dope videos like this that they can learn from and they can go execute on. I'll see you on another side of your next sold out event.